Hello and welcome to NYSS West Haven. I'm your host, Dominic Konweski. We have the West Haven Blue Devils girls varsity basketball team kicking it off tomorrow, Saturday, December 4th, for their first scrimmage game of the 2021 season, meaning that the regular season opener is just around the corner. With that said, here are your West Haven Blue Devils varsity girls basketball season predictions. Now, a disclaimer before this video starts. All these predictions are based off of franchise history and current projections based on the current rosters of each team that the Devils will play up against. Starting off the preseason, the Blue Devils girls basketball team actually plays back-to-back games in one day. Yes, you have Saturday, December 4th, they go up against Jonathan Law big bright early in the morning, and then they go and still play at home against Ansonia. Now, both of these games are home games, so not a lot of traveling for them. But I would love to know, though, who thought of that in the schedule, because whoever did, I really got to question what they were doing or thinking of, whoever made the schedule to start the season. Yes, it's a preseason game, it's a scrimmage match, none of these stats count, but you are risking injury, and frankly, there's more than enough time to fit in that one extra game that you can play the next day. Playing on the same exact day causes injuries, and I do think that the girls basketball team will struggle in that second game. First game is up against Jonathan Law. I predict that to be a win, and then have them lose to Ansonia later on in the day. So they're 1-1 to start off the preseason. Going away against Guilford East Hampton, I do project that to be a win with a 2-1 win-loss record now going into their final scrimmage game. This one is at home against Bunnell. I do think that's going to be a loss. 2-2 leaving the preseason. Overall, 2-1 at home, 0-1 on the road to end the 2021 scrimmage affair. The first game of the regular season kicks off on December 16th, where they go up against Stanford at home. Now, they're going to have a nice mini homestand to start off the season. Their first two games are at home against Stanford and Lorton Hall. I do project both of those games being wins for the girls varsity basketball team, so they end their first ever homestand of this brand new campaign undefeated, 2-0 in the win-loss record at both home and in the standings as a whole. Going out to the road, a one game off against Sacred Heart Academy to start their first road series of the season. I do think they're going to keep that winning train going. 3-0 now, go up against Bassick, easy win. Against Amstead, win 5-0 to start the season. Undoubtedly one of the best teams in the league at this point. Going up against now at East Haven, at home. East Haven has a good team this year, though. There's no doubt about that. I do think they will give the Blue Devils their first loss of the season. So they leave home 5-1, go up against Queer Magnet. That's a win 6-1, so able to rebound against that. But now you go up at Cheshire, come back home against Shelton. Two very tough teams. I do think that's going to be back-to-back losses. So loss against Cheshire, loss against Shelton, now 6-3 in the win-loss column. Go up against Lorton Hall. That's a win, 7-3. Bada bing, bada boom. You know where it's after the first 10 games. Then boom, boom. That's a loss against North Haven, 7-4. Win against Harding, 8-4. Go up against Sacred Heart Academy second time this season. I do think they will get the better of West Haven, moving them to an 8-5 win-loss record. Go up against Hill House. You know how the Hill House West Haven rivalry is, mainly in football. But you know what? It's going to be very much alive in baseball and especially basketball this season. I do think that Hill House will put on a very strong show, but I don't think they're going to be good enough to beat West Haven. So give West Haven a 9-5 win-loss record against Hill House that is on the road. Starting a pretty long road stand. You go up against Hill House, East Haven, Queer Magnet, and Shelton on the road. Going up against Hill House, like I said, that's a win. East Haven, lost 9-6. Queer Magnet, that's a dub, 10-6. Go up against Shelton. I do think this is going to be a very close game, but Shelton has such a powerful team going into the season. I think that's going to be a loss at Shelton, 10-7. Go up against Cheshire back at home, their final homestand of the season to close off the season. It's going to be a loss against Cheshire, 10-8. Win against Hill House, 11-8. And then go up against North Haven to end the season. Final game. That's a loss given the West Haven Blue Devils varsity girls basketball team an 11-9 win-loss record come season's end. Personally, this is a team that made the playoffs last year, something that I think everyone expected them to do. I do think that this year is going to be a struggle I can't really point out a big standout player on this team, which is not a bad thing. It's just really all about the same skill set going in, which could amount to something good. I'm not saying that they're a bad team. I'm not downgrading anyone on the team, but I really can't say on who a true standout player is compared to, let's say, the boys basketball team. Overall, the girls basketball team will go 6-5 at home and 5-4 in away games. So really, no dominancy at either home or away this season. Comment down below what you guys think, though. I'm Dominic Konowski. This was NYSS West Haven, and I'm signing out. Peace.